Hello everybody, I'm going to do a little video here talking about some of the knives I've been working on. A friend of mine suggested this, so I figured I'd go ahead and make a video, put it up on YouTube. Also finally going to come out with the name of the forge. I'm doing some backyard blacksmithing for about a year now, a year and a few days. I've been doing some knife work. Alright, here's the first one. I'm going to talk about the Bowie. Got a stacked leather handle, peened pommel, full length tang, not quite full width, not full tang, but full length there. It's got pretty good, I don't know if you can see it, polish on there. If you smile, you can count your teeth on it. That's not quite a true mirror polish, but it's pretty good. Most people that see it say this is their favorite. Got a just basic leather sheath here. Fits real tight. I'm gonna put some rivets in here to give a little extra support, and probably put a tie or maybe a snap to hold it. But as it is right now, it's in there pretty good. But eventually that's going to loosen up, so probably throw a tie on there. But yeah, most people see this one's their favorite. I shaped all of these on the anvil. Then I got a little 1x30 inch belt sander that I do my grinding in, so I got to get pretty much just about most all the shaping done on the anvil, because can't really, the little belt sanders don't cut much metal. Got that one. This one here is actually my favorite, my version of a sax. This is definitely my favorite. Probably see for 3 out of 5 of these. Left a lot of the marks from the anvil work on here. Got a nice, I believe it's hickory handle I put on here. I just love the way this one feels. This one's just my favorite. Tang goes, it's a hidden tang, but it goes about here. Almost full length. But not quite. But this one's definitely my favorite. Most people like this one the best, but this one here is my favorite. For the sheath, I did definitely not traditional, but wooden sheath. This is oak. There's a little bit of leather on there. This can come off. Adjustments can be made, but it fits in there nice and good. This one also ain't coming out. But I'm probably going to go ahead and put a loop on this one as well. A little bit of leather lining inside of there. Just for general purpose, don't get little splinters of wood coming out as you move it in and out of there. This one here's my second favorite. I really like this one too. Also got a bit of the hammer marks. You can actually see a few good dents in there. I just bought a 4-pound, I got it from Harbor Freight, 4-pound engineer's hammer there, mini sledge. It's got nice domed ends to it. One of them, when I dressed the hammer, I left the one side good and domed. Really moves a lot of metal real fast. Love it. My 2.5-pound cross ping was starting to feel a bit light for me, so I bought that 4-pound hammer. And I love it. Left one of the ends nice and domed, and the other one, when I dressed it, put about a 1/4 inch flat spot on it. But you can see when I was using it, got a little heavy-handed on this side with the domed edge. This one, if you see, you can tell this one's definitely thicker. They came off, I made both of these from a old file, about yay long, or yay long, I don't know. And this knife originally I was going to have a bit shorter, but I drew it out so that way get better size to it. Got the paracord wrapped to it, 550 cord. underneath that, you can see the black line there where I had sprayed some Rust-Oleum, being that these were from an old file. You know, none of these are stainless steel; they're all high carbon. I didn't want, you know, people have to worry about, if it gets wet, I want to worry about trying to dry and clean underneath it. So put a little bit of Rust-Oleum under there before I wrapped it. Real comfortable grip on it. This is probably my second favorite. The sheath on this one here, again, it's quite tight, but it got the belt loops here. This thing, you know, tied around your leg, so hold it secure. But this, you can also, I use Chicago screws on this one and one of the other one. I actually really like the way they look, but it allows you, like, you could unscrew this, screw these and move these up here for a neck knife, or you could just take them off this end, you know, hang it upside down that way. Just come untied on it. You gotta be, you know, pay attention to that. But you can get a lot of, do a lot of adjustments, add things, you know, take things off. But yeah, it's, like I said, this one's in there pretty tight as well. That's probably my second favorite out of these ones. This one's definitely my first. You know, it's not the nicest or the cleanest looking, but it's definitely my favorite. Then I got this guy here, a little bit of leather on there, stack. This one's also nice. You can see the, you know, metal grain that the hammer work was done. I personally like that look better than the really nicely polished out. Sheath on this one's just a basic. Went ahead and used the Chicago screws on it again. This was actually the first one I put the Chicago screws on it. And honest truth, I just didn't want to take the time it takes to punch the holes and then hand stitch one of these. So that's where I come up with the Chicago screw idea, and I actually really like the way it looked, so I went ahead and did it on that one as well. But this one here would be my wife and daughter's little favorite, this little neck knife. This is oak. This is hickory, and these are hickory. I just used a little bit of a stain on this one, or these two I just treated with the, well, this one's got a little bit of stain too. This one I just treated with the linseed oil, and this I just used linseed oil. This is oak for that, with this little knife. I like this one's got a nice mirror polish on it as well. Make pretty decent little skinner. I had someone say it'd make a good oyster shucking knife. Never shucked oysters, so those of you who have, go ahead and let me know if this is about right for something like that. I really have no idea. And it seems like it would be. It might seem like something you need a shorter, sturdy little knife on. Got a little neck pouch to it. Yeah, like this one, I'm probably going to throw some rivets on there to support that one. But this here's some of the stuff I've been working on. And I should have started with, for those of you who were about to ask, the beer I'm drinking here is Third Shift. It's a nice dark beer. Well, not dark. It's a bitter beer, but if you're not quite in the mood for something as like a Guinness or something like that, but you like a darker beer than Budweiser or whatever, this is really a nice beer. I really enjoy it. Oh, and the other thing, for those of you who know me, which would probably be most of the people who actually see this, you know, most of you know about a friend of mine, knew him as Grayson Wolf, passed away a couple months ago, and he was a big fan of my work, especially, you know, if you look through pictures of some of the stuff I've done, and those of you who actually know me, you know, I've done a bit of other stuff. You know, I really just started getting in with the knife making, but he really liked a lot of the blacksmithing work I did. He absolutely loved the flogger handles I've been making. But and he actually, aside from my family, he was definitely my biggest fan. He did a lot of showing off of the stuff I had made for him and whatnot. Probably more than I actually showed off my own work. And after a few months of, when I had actually, gotten my first little railroad track anvil and stuff and started knocking some stuff out and decided, well, this is definitely something I enjoy, going to keep doing for a while. Just could never come up with a name for my forge, It's just a little backyard on my carport deal. I've got a 70-pound anvil and a homemade forge itself, but I'm proud of it. Not quite everybody can say they have that, and I love doing it. And I, wanted a proper name. I really couldn't, for the longest time, could not think of anything. And, after my friend Wolf, was what most people just called him, Wolf. After Wolf had died, we had a event, and we, put it in his honor. And I ended up missing the funeral. On my way to the actual funeral itself, car broke down, and me, my wife, and my daughter were stranded on the side of the road. So we didn't actually make it. So I was, it was a pretty rough time for me. And then after I got to say, nice at his service, a nice goodbye and stuff. That night on the way home, it was a club-based event, single cell, one of the purgatories. On the way home, the idea came to me. For those of you who've known me, hell, even back since grade school, wolves have always been, I've always loved wolves, great animal. And I've always loved them and stuff, and the idea of calling my forge, the Wolf's Den Forge, come to me on the way back from that. I was, sitting in a bit of a better place, having had a chance to give him a decent goodbye and such. And stewed around for a couple months, and the more I thought about it, the more I liked it. Since I've been doing it, anybody who's ever been interested in coming by to bang out some iron with me, I've always been more than grateful. Wolves are pack animals, and I've always, I've been inviting people and such, and it's just the more I thought about it, the more the name seemed to fit. So that's officially, I finally named my forge. It's the Wolf's Den Forge. I'm still doing my other stuff, but I wanted to go ahead and make a video, put my knives out there, tell me what you think. Any major mistakes you see right off. I actually do. Here's a funny story. With this one here, I heated it, or normalized it, and then I hardened it. And when I went to temper, I, of course, brought the tang up to black. Well, not quite black, but, fully heated that, fully heated the spine. Brought this up to a purple, and did this, the tip up to a purple. And did this area, roughly a blue going on dark purple. At first I thought I had some of this too heated up too much. I wasn't sure. I guess this is actually probably, well, I'm going to say I really don't know, but I'm guessing this is actually 1095 steel. But I thought that was going to be good enough to have taken the temper out of it. But then when I went to put the final edge on there, and it's got a pretty good edge on it, kept it more of a working edge than an actual, you're not going to shave your face with it. But I was, you can see where I was testing, I had to shave a lot of the hair off. But this has got a pretty good edge on it, but I wanted it to be a stouter edge, so I didn't go, like with the rest of these are sharper than this one. But I went to go sharpen it down, put the final actual edge on it. I couldn't even get my damn file too. And my finer file's a little bit worn out, but my final file, I couldn't even get it to cut. I was able to work it on the belt sander with 100 grit sanding belt on there, but I couldn't get a file to touch it, let alone my stones. And I don't exactly have some great stones. I got a couple diamond stone there, and a smoother one, and then I do the final edge with a leather strop with some actually it's not even jeweler's rouge, it's polishing auto finish, for aluminum chrome, but it works great. It works great on my straight razor. It worked real good on these. It also, what's nice about it is you put it on there, you can do your polishing with it, and it also works real nice for finalizing that edge. I really, really like it on my strop. But I ended up having to actually reheat this and get it a little bit softer, because I should have gone purple the full length of the blade for this one, but trial and error, and it's a bit more difficult to know exactly how much to heat it up with when you don't know exactly what you're working with. But yeah, so then I ended up making this just a little bit loose. I had to bang this back down and retamper it, because with heating this up, I guess it burned the very top edge of the top piece of leather here, so it loosened it up a little bit. So I had to tamp this back down a little tighter and then rework my peen to get it good and tight again. But yeah, so more stories. When you're working with those harder files, I guess I got to get it a little bit hotter. That's about it. Definitely not professional quality, but I like it. Most people that see my knives seem to enjoy them. So that'll be about all I got to say for today. All right.